Retirement is supposed to be the reward for a lifetime of work. Decades of early mornings, endless deadlines, 40 years of building savings, so one day you can finally stop working. But sometimes retirement doesn't end in peace. Sometimes it ends in disaster. Because history is filled with people who believed they were financially secure right up until the moment everything collapsed. Here are 5 of the darkest retirement disasters ever recorded. 1. The Ponzi scheme that destroyed retirements. For decades, investors trusted one man. That man was Bernie Madoff. His investment firm promised something every retiree dreams about: stable returns, low risk, consistent income. Thousands of retirees poured their life savings into his fund. Many had already retired and were living comfortably from what they believed were legitimate investment returns. But in 2008, the truth emerged. It was all fake. The scheme collapsed in what became known as the Madoff investment scandal. Billions of dollars vanished overnight. Some retirees lost their entire life savings. People in their 70s and 80s suddenly faced the unthinkable: going back to work. 2. The lottery winner who lost everything. Winning the lottery is supposed to guarantee a perfect retirement, but for Jack Whittaker, it turned into a nightmare. In 2002, he won a staggering $315 million Powerball jackpot. At first, it looked like a dream, but the money attracted chaos. He was robbed multiple times. Lawsuits piled up. Family members struggled with addiction. Tragedy struck when his granddaughter died from a drug overdose. Within a few years, most of the fortune had disappeared. Whittaker later admitted something chilling: he wished he had never won the lottery at all. 3. The CEO who had everything and lost it all. At the peak of his career, Dennis Kozlowski had what most people would consider the perfect retirement. He was the CEO of Tyco International. He earned hundreds of millions of dollars, luxury homes, private jets, art collections. But behind the scenes, something darker was happening. Kozlowski had been secretly stealing millions from the company. The scandal exploded in the Tyco corporate scandal. He was arrested, convicted of fraud, and sent to prison. His fortune and his future collapsed overnight. 4. The investment empire that was all fake. Another investment empire collapsed in spectacular fashion. This one was run by Alan Stanford. Stanford promised safe investments with steady returns. Thousands of investors believed him. Many were retirees searching for reliable income. But in 2009, investigators uncovered the truth. It was a massive fraud, known as the Stanford financial scandal. More than $7 billion disappeared. Retirees who had trusted Stanford with their life savings suddenly faced financial ruin. Some lost everything they had spent decades building. 5. The crash that destroyed an entire generation. Not all retirement disasters are caused by fraud. Sometimes the entire economy collapses. In 1929, the stock market crashed in what became known as the Wall Street crash of 1929. It triggered the Great Depression. Banks failed, businesses collapsed, savings vanished. Millions of people who had planned to retire suddenly faced poverty. Many elderly Americans were forced to rely on family or charity just to survive. The devastation was so severe that the government eventually created the Social Security Administration to protect future retirees. The brutal lesson. These stories reveal an uncomfortable truth. Retirement can collapse for many reasons: fraud, greed, economic crises, or simply trusting the wrong people. The biggest mistake many retirees make is believing their financial future is guaranteed, because history shows even the most secure fortunes can disappear. Now I'm curious about your opinion. Which of these disasters do you think is the most terrifying retirement scenario? Losing everything to a scam? a market crash, or sudden wealth that destroys your life? Tell me your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy stories about wealth, retirement, and the hidden risks of money, make sure to subscribe, because sometimes the most important financial lessons come from the biggest financial disasters.